call this meeting of the Villa Park Village Board to order. Today is October 14th at 7 p.m. Clerk Konecki, could you please call the roll?
Trustee Salella?
Here.
Trustee Kazone?
Here.
Trustee Murphy?
Here.
Trustee Patrick?
Here.
Trustee Tucker? Trustee Wagner?
Here.
President Bolthus?
Here. So I'll rise for the pledge, and after the pledge, please remain standing for a short prayer. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Trustee Wagner has a prayer for us.
Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of community. Fill us with your grace as we make decisions that might affect the residents, staff, businesses, surrounding communities, and all those that enter the village of Villa Park. And continue to remind us that all we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for the pursuit of truth, for the greater glory of you, and for the service of humanity. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, the first item on the agenda is public comments on agenda items. If anyone has any, these would be comments for item 6 through 9. Clerk Konecki, did anyone sign up?
I have no one signed up for agenda items.
Okay.
No.
With that, we'll move on to amendments to the agenda. Do any of the board members have any amendments? Seeing none, okay. Then we'll move on to the presentation from the Community Pride Commission for the Landscape and Spirit Awards. I believe Adam Hudson is here to take us through that.
Good evening. Thank you for
There you go.
Hello? Oh, there we are. Hi. Good evening. Thank you for having me. Tonight I'm going to announce the 2019 Landscape Awards from the Villa Park Community Pride Commission. So the first person we're going to recognize is Christine Fogarty. She's at 37 West Park Boulevard. So all the people on this list are going to be getting a placard.
Oh,
So
nice.
after the presentation, we'll have them in the back, and Jeannie can pass all you guys. We also have Kathy Della Checa. I'm sorry if I... Is it? Awesome. 525 South Princeton Avenue. Jennifer and Frank Adamczyk. At 509 South Harvard Avenue. Liz and Dan May at 259 East Division Street. Todd and Kelly Har at there you are. At 525 South Illinois Avenue. Then Mary Beth Van Kolenberg.
Right here.
There you are. At 531 South Yale Avenue. And then Kay and Larry Elmore at in the back row. At 440 South Villa Avenue. All of these homes were nominated and were accepted after extensive criterion selection, and we're very happy to recognize them, and thank you for beautifying our community, and keep doing it.
Hi there, I'm Leslie C.I. with the Commissioner on the Villa Park Community Pride Commission, and we are also doing a special award tonight for Bill Cargis. If you'd like to come up here. For those that don't know Bill, and I don't think there are very many that don't know Bill, he is an outstanding citizen of Villa Park and a resource to the community for the residents interested in composting, water conservation, and gardening in an environmentally friendly way. Those lucky enough to attend one of his educational programs have benefited from all of his knowledge. And personally, I can tell you, I have benefited over the years, over a half a decade, from all of your advice and help. And I appreciate it, and I know everybody else in the community does as well.
Thank you so much. This is my 15 minutes of fame, so I'm only going to make 2 minutes out of it. Anyway, to the members of the Villa Park Community Pride Commission, I want to thank you for this recognition. It's an honor I humbly accept, so thank you so much. I've been a proud resident of Villa Park my entire life. My mother's family moved here in 1934, and I still live in the house they called home. So you might say my roots run deep in this place. Over the years, my parents were very active in village, school, library, museum, and church matters. So I learned at an early age the idea of lending your talents to make the place where you live a little bit better, something we might today call community pride. So it seemed only natural that after college, I would return to the Pioneer Garden Shop where I had worked since high school. I enjoyed growing the business, and here I am celebrating my 46th year at this 101-year-old establishment. I like to think of Pioneer as one of the first threads that became the fabric of Villa Park. Over the decades, I've gotten to know so many Villa Park residents who have come in as customers and left as friends. Most of them are in this room. Our loyal customers, both old and new, have kept the business relevant in today's challenging world. I'm one of the lucky people who look forward to going to work every day. As I walk there along Villa Avenue, I'm greeted by friendly honks and waves from passers-by in cars and on bikes. The young children in the neighborhood, there's one right now, call out, "Hi, Neighbor Bill," as I go on my way. I can see that happening in some rural town somewhere or some crazy Hollywood movie, but it's actually happening right here in Villa Park. I'm proud of where I live, where you know your neighbors, people are friendly, and many have a good dose of civic responsibility. As for the village being named the 8th best place to raise a family and the 28th best place to live in America, I can only say, I knew that all along. So thank you for this honor from the Community Pride Commission. I share this award with all the people I've come to know who make Villa Park a great place to live.
Well, I'd like to thank everyone for making the Villa Park a great place to live, an attractive place to live with all your work in your yards, and we all really appreciate it. You know, I got to give the commission credit for taking the time and checking out all the properties in town. You know, I'm sure it wasn't an easy decision, but you know, you did a great job. So we really appreciate it. And Bill, thank you. I don't see, there he is. For the advice you've given me over the years too. Man, this year I think I was asking you how to fertilize my rhubarb. Yes. So, so I really appreciate all your help too. So thank you all very much. Do you have a place for pictures? You got to take pictures in the back room over there. So feel free, and you can go now, or you can stick around. You're all welcome. So. I try to take down all the names, but as long as I get with the address.
It's a wonderful thing. There's too many.
Yeah. So, well, they're pretty cool. We could probably move on then with the next item on the agenda is the consent agenda, which is the bill listing for the weeks of September 23rd, September 30th, October 7th, 2019, in the total amount of $1,592,020.60, and the minutes from the village board meeting held on September 23rd, 2019. Do I have a motion for the consent agenda? Trustee Wagner?
I'd like to make that motion.
We have a second? Trustee Patrick? Okay. Any questions from the board? Trustee Tucker?
Yes, did I get an answer for the IAP one from 7E from the last meeting when I asked if we were doing double? Because I requested that, and you were going to look into it, that on 2018, we had the Estrich Myrtle with RJN, that you said at that point we were going to apply for an IPA loan funding on that one.
I think the manager just mentioned he has an email, but he hasn't sent it to you yet. So you should get that tomorrow, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So it's coming.
Okay.
Okay. All right. With that, do I have a roll call vote, please?
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Silella?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy? Yes. Trustee Patrick?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
President Bolfus?
Yes. The next item is first reading of an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, amending Chapter 4, Article 3 of the Villa Park Municipal Code, allowing for an addition of a sixth gaming terminal at licensed establishments. Manager Keenan.
Thank you, Your Honor. Public Act 101-31, effective June 28, 2019, amended the Video Gaming Act to permit 6 video gaming terminals at any establishments having a state license to operate video gaming terminals from the state of Illinois and a liquor license from the village. Currently, Villa Park Municipal Code only allows 5 video gaming terminals in establishments that have a state license to operate video gaming and a village liquor license. The ordinance for consideration would amend the village's municipal code to be consistent with the laws of the state, thereby allowing the addition of a 6th gaming terminal at licensed establishments in Villa Park. Thank you, Your Honor.
This being a first reading, we really don't need a motion, but it's here for discussion. Does any of the board members have any questions or comments on this item? Trustee Tucker?
Do we have a choice? I mean, we have it set up for 5.
Yes, we do have a
The state has
choice.
it set up for 6. Do we actually have to move it to 6, or can we leave it as 5?
We could leave it at 5. But the request is going to come somewhere down the line from one of the businesses to put a 6th one in, and then we'll be back. So I figured we'll just discuss it right now. So, Trustee Wagner.
Doesn't state law preempt local law in this respect? Wouldn't?
State does preempt if you wanted 7. You can make it more restrictive, not than the state law. So you can do fewer,
Okay,
but not greater.
thank you. That's all I had.
So does everybody, see there's no more comment, is it okay if we move this on to second reading? Okay, we'll do that, and that'll be probably on our agenda in November, okay? Because we're going to be a little busy on the 28th, so. Okay, so we'll move that forward to the next, down the road a couple meetings. Okay, number 8 is an ordinance of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing the sale by public auction of surplus vehicles and equipment owned by the Village of Villa Park. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. Items for consideration include a 1999 Ford F-250, a 2001 Ford Explorer, 2002 Ford Taurus, 2002 Acura MDX, 2006 Ford F-250, 2004 F-Crown Vic, 2002 F-150, a Pro Cut Blade, and a 2016 John Deere Broom. Proceeds from the sale of the vehicles and equipment will be placed into the Equipment Replacement Fund and will be used to purchase additional equipment. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, do I have a motion for the ordinance? Trustee Kazone?
Mr. President, I'll make that motion.
Trustee Ciela?
Second.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Okay, Trustee Patrick?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Silella?
Yes.
President Bolfus?
Yes. Item 9A is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the purchase of cable equipment in the total amount of $25,963. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. The village's cable broadcasting equipment and technology is available to record and distribute the village board meetings and cable commission content are aging and in need of upgrading to maintain functionality. In May of 2019, the village board approved the use of rollover bond proceeds to pay for various updated equipment that will maintain functionality of production services while adding new features such as live streaming to the village's YouTube channel and providing customized feeds to committee of the whole room and boardroom projector screens. This resolution authorizes the purchase of various cable broadcasting equipment from multiple vendors in the amount of $25,963. Funds have been allocated for this purchase in the Equipment Replacement Fund account number 65-50202-401. Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you have a motion for the resolution?
I'll make the motion.
Trustee Patrick?
I'll
Do you have a
second.
Trustee Ciela? Okay. Any questions or comments from the board? Trustee Tucker.
I understand from the reading of this equipment we're purchasing is specialized to the equipment we have right now. Is that correct? And it's not, or is it just compatible to the Sunrise communication equipment? Is it because we're picking this up for our previous equipment we have, so we don't have to buy new?
Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, most of the equipment in the broadcasting room is original equipment when the cable providers turned the equipment over to the village to start the actual cable broadcasting. Some of the equipment has been replaced. Some of the monitors have been replaced, and maybe a mixer has been replaced now and then, but the majority of the equipment will be replaced with this new equipment, and it'll provide additional functionality like live streaming to our YouTube channel. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. But the cable system, so the people that are on the cable system, did we upgrade the HD on it? Because this equipment's not going to work for, if I'm understanding correctly, not working for anyone that has Comcast or AT&T, that it's just doing on, because that system's still on SD. Not
I think
HD.
it'll work.
No, it won't.
Manager Keener.
Well, Your Honor, it is for our AT&T and Comcast channels. This isn't, I don't believe, be able to be received via an antenna like some people put on their homes now when they cut the cable, actual cable itself, and leave Comcast or AT&T or DirecTV. It'll still be broadcast on the village's 2 channels.
But it will be live streamed somewhere?
To the village's YouTube channel, that's
So-
correct.
So basically, this is for the YouTube upgrade, because it works best for that. According to my understanding, if you've got an SD system in the cable, it's going to show up, but it's not going to be HD.
We can have.
Wait a minute. We have Glenn's here. He's glad to
Please
answer the
explain.
question. He's our cable guy.
I'll talk up from the podium mic on, but to your question, yeah, the 2 channels on an AT&T and Comcast are still standard def. The system will output a standard def signal to still feed those 2 channels out. The 2 cable companies have no plans right now to upgrade those channels to HD.
Okay, so it's going to show up, but the HD is not going to show up on the cable.
It will not show in HD, but it will be in that 16 by 9
By
format. that you'll
format,
see.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's basically, this is going to work for live, people that are going to do it on their phones and live feed and go that way. This is an upgrade for them to get it.
Correct. As far as
Live.
the quality upgrade, it will be definitely full HD on YouTube and full HD on the playback. But anyone watching on cable will still see it in standard.
Still in seed standard,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you. It was way over my head with this stuff. So. Okay. All right, any other questions? Nope. Okay, we'll do a roll call vote, please.
Okay, Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Salello?
Yes.
Trustee Patrick?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
President Bolden?
If that passes, and we'll move on to item 9B, which is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving a contract with Corrective Asphalt Materials, LLC of South Roxanne, Illinois, for the 2019 Pavement Rejuvenation Program in amount not to exceed $74,688.52. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. The village has a continuing program for extending the life of previously resurfaced and reconstructed asphalt pavements. A rejuvenating agent known as Reclamite will be applied to the surface of selected streets, thereby extending the life of the pavement. The project was publicly bid with one contractor submitting a bid, Corrective Asphalt Materials LLC of South Roxana, Illinois, submitted a bid in the amount of $74,688.25. Funds have been budgeted for this work in the Street Improvement Fund account number 60-50202-299. Thank you, Your Honor.
We have a motion for the resolution. Trustee Wagner,
I'd like to make that motion.
we have a second.
I'd like to make the second.
Trustee Patrick, okay. Any questions or comments from the board? Trustee Murphy?
I do have one question. When we send something like this out to bid and we only get one vendor response, do we still do research on that vendor and what the results are? Could there be an instance where we might say, hey, it's the only one we have, but we're not happy with whatever research we've done on them and opt not to use them, or how does that work?
Well, we've had this company do this for all the years I've been on the board,
Okay,
and they're the only ones that do it.
okay,
So, okay,
thank you.
okay, thank you. Anyone else? Trustee Wagner.
Thank you. And I apologize, I know this question's been asked before, but how often do we do the rectal light treatment? Is it every 2 years, every 3 years?
Annually.
We do it annually, but which streets we do
Right.
are based on the age of the street. If it gets to a point where it wouldn't do any good, so we do, most of the ones we do are more newly repaved streets.
Right. Okay, that's all I had, thank you.
Trustee Tucker?
How do we know it's the lowest bid if they're the only ones that do it? And because they're the only one that does it, previously, if we only got one bid, how come we didn't reject this one? Previously, when we've only gotten one company, we've rejected them or brought them a course. Is it because they're the only company we know that does it?
Well, it's the only company, if I have it right, that we know who does this. Am I right, Rich? Yeah, sole source. And we do it, yeah, I don't know how we judge if the price is right or not, but we do it because it's been proven in other communities around the country that this helps the life of the pavement, makes it last longer.
Oh, I
So,
understand the
but-
process. I'm just trying to find out how do we
So
know
if we
this is the
rejected
lowest
it,
bid?
what would we, then we wouldn't do it. It wouldn't get done. There's nobody
Okay.
else to do it.
Basically because this is the only company in the area that does it, so we
Yeah.
don't really have a choice.
Yeah. And I don't think this is out of line anywhere from what it's been in the past years.
It's right in line for what we have, okay. So you've already looked at previous ones from this company, and areas, I take it, that it's adjusted, okay. Thank you.
Anyone
I
else?
just wanted to know how we can tell that.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Salella?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes,
Trustee Patrick?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes,
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
President Boltus?
Yes. That passes. And number 9C is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the purchase of National Fire Protection Association compliant powered rescue tools in the amount not to exceed $32,000. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. In October 2018, the Fire Department applied for a FEMA Operation and Safety Assistance for Firefighters grant for the purchase of a new set of National Fire Protection Association compliant powered rescue tools. Powered rescue tools are essential life-saving tool used by the fire department to rescue persons trapped by motor vehicles and heavy machinery. The department's current extrication equipment is more than 25 years old and requires replacement. In September of 2019, the fire department was awarded this grant request in the amount of $29,090.90. This resolution would approve the purchase of Genesis powered rescue tools from Equipment Management Company of Shannon, Illinois in the amount not to exceed $32,000. This expense would be paid from Equipment Replacement Fund account number 6550202402. $29,090.90 would be reimbursed by the FEMA Operations and Safety Assistance for Firefighters grant. The village's share of this purchase would be $2,909.10. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Do a motion for a resolution?
Your Honor, I'd like to make that motion.
Trustee Patrick, okay. Second, Trustee Cielo?
I'll second.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the board?
No comment.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes, I'm curious if the equipment we have right now could be used as a backup or go to auction off. I know it's 25 years old, and according to the statement, you said it didn't function properly, but can it be used as a backup possibly?
Chief, yes, Chief Ron Rakosnik?
Yeah, it's going to be the backup, but the Foreign Fire Insurance Board said that if we get the grant, that they would match it. So we're going to be getting 2 of these. We're going to pay for one, and they're going to pay for the other one. But in the meantime, we'll have a backup.
You've been saving that good news?
Hey, I thought the manager was going to bring it up. But, so
So,
we're going to get 2 of them for $2,900.
You're saying we're getting two for the same, okay,
We're going to buy one with the grant money.
okay.
When we receive it, then we're going to go ahead and purchase another one with the foreign fire insurance.
And then we still have that one that. we
And then the
can use as a
backup one, we'll
backup.
probably donate it to either,
Oh, we won't need the.
no, we
one
won't need, we have
right
two
now?
fire engines, we'll put one on each fire engine, each side of town will have one.
Okay,
And then the backup will just go to maybe the Romeoville Fire Academy to use for training or something.
thank you.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes, first and foremost, I'd like to applaud the efforts of the fire department with respect to the grant, initiating and getting the grant. That's really, really something to be very proud of, and we appreciate every time you guys reach out to do that for us. The question I have, it's stating that the $29,000 would be reimbursed by FEMA operations. Do we have any idea what the timeline for the reimbursement would be?
That's actually a money question, so I just asked the finance director, he said within a couple of weeks, we usually get the money.
Wonderful.
I don't
Perfect.
usually see it, I just, we apply for the grant, we get the grant, it goes to them, and then we get the money reimbursed.
You get the equipment.
So,
Perfect.
all I
Thank
want
you.
is the equipment, I don't care about the money.
Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Okay, Trustee Wagner,
Yes.
Trustee Kazone,
Yes.
Trustee Tucker,
Yes,
Trustee Patrick,
Yes.
Trustee Silella,
Yes.
Trustee Murphy,
Yes.
President Volfus.
Yes, that passes, and we'll move on to 9D is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, authorizing agreements with benefit providers. Manager Keenan.
Thank you, Your Honor. Agreements with the village's health, life, and dental providers expired December 31st, 2019. It is necessary to consider agreements with these carriers or other providers in order to maintain the required level of benefits offered to employees as defined by collective bargaining agreements. These providers include Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, Delta Dental of Illinois, Fort Dearborn Life, Vision Service Plan, and Linden Oaks Behavioral Health. After working with various benefit providers on their renewal pricing, we were able to keep the same benefit providers with no rate increases for 2020. The village also sponsors wellness programs through CHC Wellness and Virgin Pulse. It is recommended that the board approve these benefit services. Thank you, Your Honor.
Do we have a motion for the resolution? Trustee Kazone?
Mr. President, I'll make that motion.
Second? Trustee Patrick? Any questions or comments from the board? Trustee Tucker?
I don't have a question, I just applaud our staff for doing it, because sometimes it's a lengthy process, and I appreciate you guys in depth in it to keep us on level ground and not higher rates, so I applaud you guys for doing that.
Anyone else? Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Wagner,
Yes.
Trustee Silella,
Yes.
Trustee Murphy,
Yes.
Trustee Patrick,
Yes.
Trustee Kazone,
Yes.
Trustee Tucker,
Yes,
President Volfus.
Yes, so passes, and we'll move on to 9E, which is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving final change order number 1 to the contract between the Village of Villa Park and A Lamp Concrete Contractors, Inc., for the 2018 Second Ave Sewer Separation Project for a net deduction in the amount of $39,081.52. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. Village has a contract with A-Lamp Concrete Contractors, Inc. of Schaumburg, Illinois, for the 2018 Second Avenue Sewer Separation Project. Proposed final change order number 1 consists of the final balancing of contract quantities as measured in the field. The net amount of this proposed final change order number 1 is a deduction of $39,081.52 for an adjusted final contract amount of $653,806.48. Thank you, Your Honor.
We have a motion for the resolution. Trustee Wagner,
I'd like to make that motion.
do we have a second? Trustee Murphy? Okay. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Patrick,
Yes.
Trustee Kazone,
Yes.
Trustee Tucker,
yes,
Trustee Silella,
Yes.
Trustee Murphy,
Yes.
Trustee Wagner,
Yes.
President Volfus.
Yes, that passes. And number 9F is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the purchase of a Census FlexNet communications network in the amount of $81,955. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. The Public Works Department reads 7,240 water meters every month. To improve the meter reading process, staff requested a proposal from vendor Core and Main for the implementation of a Census FlexNet communication network. The network would include 2 Census two-way tower base stations, with one located on the Home Avenue Water Tower and the other on the Plymouth Avenue Water Tower. The proposal provides for the implementation of the Census FlexNet communications network, including furnishing and installing the 2-tower base station, the first year's subscription for census analytics, hosting, and support services, and an infrastructure maintenance agreement, and on-site training at a total cost of $81,955. Funds for the Census FlexNet communication network are budgeted in the Water Supply Fund and the Wastewater Fund. If approved, the village would consider entering into an intergovernmental agreement with Salt Creek Sanitary District to share both data collected and the costs associated with the program. Thank you, Your Honor.
We have a motion for the resolution. Trustee Wagner.
I'd like to make that motion.
Do we have a second? Trustee Kazone.
I'll second it.
Any questions or comments from the board? Trustee Murphy.
Yes, I have a question. I'm not familiar with this type of a service. It appears that we've chosen one particular vendor. Can someone help me to understand why we've selected that vendor and the benefits of implementing this type of a system, along with, it does appear that there's an annual subscription rate, so how do we plan on budgeting that on a going forward basis?
Rich Salerno is going to answer some of those questions for you.
Hopefully all of them. The vendor, why we chose this vendor is it's Census Products. It's who we currently purchase our water meters through. So again, even though Census Products are known throughout the country, our vendor is located in Carroll Stream, so it's actually considered a sole source product that we have to actually use that particular vendor for this particular item. A little bit about the FlexNet system. It's a communication system instead of, as mentioned in the memo, that we drive the village to read water meters. This could be done instantaneously, any day, any night, from a desk. And what the benefit from that is, obviously, besides saving manpower and time and energy with staff, it also benefits the residents that, when fully implemented with updated water meters, will be able to take a look at somebody's water bill instantaneously. There's reads done hourly, but that information's captured and held. We could see if somebody's has a water leak inside their house. So we currently do that now, but instead of, we have to actually go to somebody's house, we have the equipment, but now this is all done basically at somebody's desk. So the reads will be quicker, more accurate, but then we could also, besides helping the residents as well, as I said, for water loss, obviously conservation, also it'll determine, there's a number of alarms that we could determine if there's actually theft. If there's zero flow, or if somebody turns the meter around to actually try to let the meter run backwards, it'll alarm, give us an alarm. So there's numerous values to a system like this here, and the actual meters themselves, which enhances the system, have no moving parts. It's a magnetic flow meter, and their accuracy is less than 1 ounce that could flow through it. So, and that's from day one all the way up to its 20-year lifespan. So unlike the mechanical meters that we currently use, as time progresses, the moving parts, the advantages to the residents, that they're actually getting more water at a lesser rate. So now we're just trying to capture actually what's actually being used to be billed properly.
Sounds really good. It sounds good. And on a going forward basis, do we have an estimate of what the annual subscription rate would be and how we're intending to budget that?
Yes, actually that was included for the next 5 years, next 4 years after this. Okay. It was a little bit over $20,000 per year. And those costs are also anticipated to be shared with Salt Creek Sanitary District as well.
Perfect, thank you.
Trustee Wagner actually mentioned about this system at the last board meeting about some of its functionality, so this is actually what we're implementing.
If you don't,
Trustee
thank you.
Patrick.
If you don't mind me asking, if this is approved, what's our time frame for this being installed and implemented?
It's at least probably 60 to 90 days. It's not a little bit longer. It's going to obviously take a little bit to get these antennas put on our water towers. That's just part of it. And then obviously programming, some electrical work, and then training. So.
Thank you.
Are all the water meters that we have installed in towns and the homes, are they all compatible to this? Or do we still have more meters to change?
They're compatible, but not the iPro meter, which gives the full functionality of all the alarms, and as well as then like the zero flows and the more accurate flows. We're looking at, we got approximately, hold on one second here in my notes. The iPro meters, like for the residential, we have approximately 1,200 out of 6,800 of those currently installed. And then also out of our commercial meters, we have about a little over 100 out of 300 meters installed. Those are the newer style meters that are actually then can use all the benefits of the system. Even the old meters that are out there, we're still able to read, but the new iPro meters will have more functionality.
So you read the old meters with this new system, we'll be able to read the old ones too?
Yes, absolutely. We propose then to eventually change out all the meters in the near future.
Okay. Trustee Tucker?
Do we definitely have a set thing with Salt Creek Sanitation? I know it was a intergovernment thing. If we approve it, will they actually go through with approving
We've
on
had
their end?
communications, and I've had numerous meetings and sit-downs with them that we're currently working out some of the language with the intergovernmental agreement. Then our attorneys will review that.
Okay, so we definitely have a go-ahead if we approve it with them.
Their board's aware of it, and we have a verbal approval at this time.
Which figures is correct, the resolution one or your correspondent? For the next 4 years, there's two different numbers.
Each year it increases, meaning
Yeah, you have a listing in the resolution that is different than your correspondent for the numbers for the next 5 years.
I think I have the price quote from Core and Main attached in the documents. That year two for the hosting services is $20,705. Year three, $21,325. Year four, $21,970, and year five, $22, I believe, $625.
On the resolution, it says 2105, second year is 2705, third year was 21325, and the third year was 21970 in the resolution, so which is correct?
I think what was the minor mistake was that it had 5 years initially, and the first year we include it with the program. So then years 2 through 5, that's probably, I think, where the...
So 2105 was included in the initial bid, so that we need to add a year 5? We need to add one more to this resolution?
No, the actual resolution of $81,955 does include the first year of hosting services.
That's what I just said.
Yes, I'm
So
sorry.
then, would you please give us the last year?
The last year, I believe, is $22,625 for year 5.
So
So the resolution is
Well,
wrong.
you have it. No, you have it. Yeah. You have it correct. Oh,
Well, it's not that way in the
Department.
resolution.
Yes.
The resolution is different.
Yes. So I would ask that someone of the board amend the resolution to add 22,625. The 20,105 should be stricken because it's already included in the total base bid. So if someone would make that motion, we can amend it and proceed.
Brenda,
Could you clarify that, please?
so we got this figure here.
That's from the, have it match,
All of these have to get changed on there,
no,
because the second year is this.
yeah, well, yeah, you have to change it. Then maybe the suggestion would be to replace what you find in the resolution on the second
With this.
page with the departmental correspondence.
So we need to make a motion to amend the original motion
It's gonna be the
to replace the section, well, we can't replace section 3. This down here.
Section 2 is colon number 1, so you would amend the numbers in section 2.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
to amend the numbers in section 2, using the departmental correspondence that was attached. Yes, trustee Kuzzo.
Do you want me to make the motion?
Sure.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that we amend the resolution for years 2, 3, 4, and 5 to reflect what is in the interdepartmental memo for the years and the costs per year, so that they line up with the interdepartment memo.
Okay, do we have a motion, trustee Murphy?
I'll second.
Okay. We need a roll call, right?
Yes, on the amendment.
Okay, we need a roll call on the amendment.
Okay. Trustee Salello?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Patrick?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
President Volpus?
Yes. Now, do we have any more questions on the original motion? Trustee Kazal.
I just got one quick question. Does this go through our current computer system then? Will that eventually have to be upgraded? Or does this go through their system, their computer system?
No, actually, this is compatible with our current billing software.
Okay.
So that will not have to be. So
Thank you, that's it.
Okay. Trustee Tucker.
And the contract will reflect this. I take it we're locked in once we do the contract, that they will uphold it, Core Main for the next 5 years.
for the services that they're providing, the analytic services, yes.
Okay, because and they'll be doing the updates and the repairs in the next 5 years on their cost, or are we going to have to if something
You know,
happens to
any
them?
updates with the software that's why we're having the annual analytics. That's what we're paying for.
Including the 2 sensors we're buying, if they fail? I mean, if any of that equipment fails, they will update it or repair
Well, the
it?
antennas, we have a maintenance agreement also included with that. That's what we're also purchasing as maintenance. The analytics is the software part of it, but also included are 2 pieces of hardware, meaning the actual antennas.
Is the maintenance part of this 5-year deal is what I'm asking? Is
It's an
that the only
annual,
one
every year we have to have a maintenance agreement, and currently it's $2,000 per setup, meaning per antenna.
Okay,
is the
so the
maintenance.
next 5 years, that's only the analytic, and then every year we're going to have to purchase another maintenance agreement, is what you're
If
saying?
we so choose.
Okay, anything else? Anyone else? Okay, then I'd like a roll call vote on the motion as amended.
Okay, motion as amended. Okay, trustee Patrick?
Yes.
Trustee Salello?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
President Volpus?
Yes. Yes, so that passes, and we'll move on to 9G, which is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, approving the purchase of 10 39-foot black aluminum light poles and the replacement of 3 fixtures through the interlock purchasing system in the amount not to exceed $44,859.60. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. Village is responsible for the maintenance of 52 streetlights along St. Charles Road. The approximately 40-year-old lights show signs of rusting at the base and need replacement. Staff requests authorization to enter into an agreement with Quality Lighting Associates of Wooddale, Illinois, through the interlocal purchasing system to purchase 10 39-foot black aluminum light poles and to replace 3 fixtures along St. Charles Road. Funding for this project in the amount of $44,859.60 is available in Street Improvement Fund account number 60-502-02-299. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have a motion for the resolution? Trustee Wagner?
I'd like to make that motion.
Do you have a second?
I'll second.
Trustee Patrick? Oh, Trustee Murphy? We'll go with you. Yeah. All right, any questions or comments? Trustee Wagner?
I do have one question, and I apologize for not reaching out earlier in the day to ask this question. But I know a few years ago, probably 4 years ago, we replaced village-owned lights with LED lights. The 3 that we're replacing, are these part of the LEDs that we installed?
Rich Salerno will answer this. This is probably just the poles, right?
That is correct. Actually, the actual LED, the light engine, and the optics are actually going to be reused in a new housing. So it's the pole itself that's getting replaced. But the original LEDs that we did replace, approximately, you're correct, 4 years ago, and that's also part of the reason this company is upholding that 10-year warranty on those LED
Okay,
fixtures.
because I noticed 3 light fixtures, so that's...
The 3 light fixtures, why it's broken out that way, on the traffic signals on St. Charles Road, some of them have, so it's not, those poles aren't going to be replaced, but just the fixtures themselves, meaning it's an old, what we call a shoebox style light fixture. So it'll be installed with a new Cobra head, and but reusing the same LED light engine. So the 3 that are the fixtures that are getting exchanged are on the traffic signals at the intersection.
Thank you, that's all I had.
Now, is this just for the poles, or is this for changing the poles out?
This includes labor to change them
Oh,
out.
okay.
So we're not just purchasing the poles. This is actually taking the old steel poles. They'll remove them, scrap them, and we'll get new poles with that.
Yeah. I thought it was just for the poles. I thought, man, it's $4,000 a pole. You know, what do I know about pole prices? You know? Okay. Any other questions, Trustee Schiller?
Are we in control of the disposal of the old poles for possibly scrap metal for proceeds?
They're taking care of that.
I'm sure they are.
I'm sure they are. I mean, in the past, we've had the option. It's just because of the length of these poles that are 40 foot, they've actually brought in a trailer when they take them down to put them in a trailer. So
You can always cut them.
not yes, obviously there's scrap steel, there's value to that, but there's also it's a little bit labor intense, something of this length.
Anyone else? Trustee Tucker?
Is there a problem with the poles other than them being 40 years old? I mean, can you just replace the rusted out base of them? No.
Our neighboring community actually had one fall, and it's the same exact pole last year. We've been working on these for the last 2 years. Each year, we've budgeted a certain amount of money to slowly replace them. Just because of budgetary restraints, we haven't been able to do all of them, but we're working on getting all the steel poles removed, so we don't have a failure. As well as besides than that, all these new poles actually have a breakaway base, so they're the current standards.
Okay.
So meaning a breakaway base, if they're hit, how it actually breaks away is the industry standard.
So the poles that are rusted out could be rusted internally, is what you're telling me, that it could be
Well,
a danger that they could come down? I know their appearance looks pretty bad with the rust on the bottom of them. But
Right. I mean, and that's just due to years of road salt and how close they are proximity to the roadway. So when obviously the winter months salting, that really expedites the deterioration process.
Okay, anyone else? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Patrick?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
Yes.
Trustee Salello?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
President Bolfus?
Yes, that passes. And number 9H is a resolution of the Village of Villa Park, DuPage County, Illinois, estimating the tax levy for 2019 in compliance with the Truth in Taxation Law. Manager Keener.
Thank you, Your Honor. The tax levy process begins with the estimating resolution and will be considered for adoption and filed in December. The village's tax cap, so the majority of the levy can increase by the lesser of the consumer price index, which is 1.9% this levy year, or 5%. This resolution estimates an overall increase to the village and library tax levies of 1.6% after all abatements. The final levy amounts will likely be lowered by DuPage County in accordance with the tax cap laws. This year, the library bonds are being abated due to capitalized interest, which was collected as part of the bond issuance process. Thank you, Your Honor.
Do we have a motion for a resolution? Trustee Kazone.
President, I'll make that motion.
Do we have a second? Trustee Wagner.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Trustee Patrick?
Yes.
Trustee Tucker?
yes.
Trustee Salello?
Yes.
Trustee Murphy?
Yes.
Trustee Kazone?
Yes.
Trustee Wagner?
Yes.
President Wolfus?
Yes. That passes, and we'll move on to item 10, which is public comment on non-agenda items. Clerk Konecki, do we have anyone signed up?
Yes, we have Guy Morgano regarding Pride stores.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. How's everybody this lovely night? I was here like a year ago because I saw the exact same presentation for the landscaping. So if you do that every year, I'll be here next year too. So I've come to ask the board's permission to apply for a pouring license for our Taco Urbano restaurant. It is located within the same property as our Pride of Villa Park gas station. The BP station is located at 151 West North Avenue. The restaurant's been operating for a little bit over a year now. It hasn't achieved the revenues that we were hoping for, and we believe that this added attraction and this added service to our offer will help us provide get us onto a level playing field with all the other restaurants that are within the area that allow beer served as well as margaritas.
To give the board a little background, if you all remember, I did send out a month and a half ago or so about his request for a liquor license at that location. Unfortunately, I didn't get any consensus. I've got some no's, I got some yeses, I got some maybes from the board members, I got some no replies. So I couldn't tell him what he could do. The original request, and I mentioned to him, he was also interested in gaming. And I understand now you're willing to take the gaming off the table.
Gaming is not the important issue for us at this location.
So he's looking for a pour license, and I figured he might as well come, make his case to the board, and you guys can tell me, direct us which way to go. Trustee Ciara.
I have a question. Is the business in question close to that video gaming strip right there, 151?
I don't know what video gaming strip you're referring to.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I believe I saw a video-type game store in that location. Is that the facility that you...
No, we don't operate a video gaming store.
Where are you located then? Can you refresh me?
We're the BP gas station. It's right in between Harvard and Yale on North Avenue.
Got it. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I was thinking of a different location.
So Trustee Murphy.
My question is, it seems that we've already talked about the gaming and the liquor licenses being paired together. You have to have a liquor license to be able to have gaming. Do we have the ability to approve a liquor license and not have the gaming, or once we approve a liquor license, is that automatically entitle that business owner to put in gaming?
I think I know, but I'll ask the attorney to answer that.
It would allow a license owner. We could create a new category of licenses, however, that would eliminate the ability to have video gaming.
Well, how does that work with state law? Then state law says if he has pour, he can have gaming, doesn't it?
Yes, but we have to issue the license, and we can add conditions to that license.
But we're a non-home rule community, so we can't have a
Where it
license.
comes to liquor, you have more flexibility than in most areas.
So you're saying that we could have an ordinance about gaming license?
Yes, you can totally opt out of gaming too, like this
Yeah.
new cannabis. So you could prohibit gaming in total, which was the same point you raised. If the state law says if you have a liquor license, you have the right, we locally have the right to say no gaming at all in town, we would have the right to specify a number of gaming establishments.
Okay. This isn't the way I read the law, but I'm not a lawyer.
I was at a discussion this afternoon about the flexibility of video gaming, and that was part of the discussion because liquor license, it's just as you can issue a liquor license for buying beer and wine, you can issue a liquor license. You have a lot of flexibility under the law to make certain additions and prohibitions. So you're not regulating video gaming, you're regulating your license.
Oh, okay. So with that, we would really need, for in the future, we'd need a ordinance to set that up.
We'd have to set up a whole new category.
A whole
of
new
license.
category of license, but in the meantime, for Guy, we could maybe okay a pour license, but there is some lax, if he promises not to put the video gaming in.
We really aren't interested in the video gaming at this time.
So what if we did that? You know, if the board approves for him to have a pour license, we could start that process and also start the process for a license, ordinance for licensing video gaming.
We'd make it minimal beer and wine or, well,
He
beer
wants
and
margarita,
wine.
too.
Beer and wine, no gaming.
Right.
Okay.
So it'd be another class of license we'd have to come
Correct.
up with. Okay. Trustee Stella.
What kind of time frame are we going to put on, not at this time, no gaming?
Well, really, he probably won't get a license till the first of the year.
A pour license?
Yeah, you have to go through the background check,
Yep.
and then we have a month at least of the village board increasing the number of licenses. So you're looking at the first of the year, and that way, you wouldn't have to pay for part of the year you're not going to have a license.
Sure.
So,
He's not going to get a license. We'll probably have it done. We will, if, by the time you do all of the background
Mhm.
check,
Which is about a
it
month.
will have given us an opportunity to give first reading at the first meeting in November, second reading in the second meeting in November, and so it should coincide with the
his liquor
background.
license. Yeah. So
Okay.
it'll coincide with that. Trustee Wagner?
Thank you. I've eaten at Taco Urbano, and I enjoy your food. I bought gas.
Thank
there.
you.
My concern is that the footprint of your restaurant is rather small.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. How are you going to manage to work in the serving of alcohol there?
I'm not quite sure. So with the small footprint, there's several different ways to incorporate with a smaller offer. Our intention certainly isn't to be a full-fledged bar. It's just to have
serve over the counter.
a handful of beer offerings for customers that want to, have a beer with a taco. So.
So you were looking for the people to come up to your counter and order their tacos and the beer at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. But all our liquor license say they have to be served on premises at tables. They have to be seated at tables, unless it's a bar, a tavern. But he's got a food service. So we'll have to work that out. So.
I mean, the employee can certainly walk from behind the counter and serve if that's what the
Well, we might
license
have to work
requires.
something out because we're not looking, it's going to take us a number of months with the video and your license, and so we have to have a class. If we're going to allow them to order the food and serve the alcohol right at the counter, the beer at the counter or whatever, we don't have a class that fits that.
No, but the purpose of the ordinance, is to set up a restaurant type of pour license
Mhm.
versus a bar. And so you come in as a unique entity, and I'm not sure that table is literal. It
We'll take a-
must be, we
we'll
must
take a look at
right.
it.
But
We'll
it
take a
must be, the drink must be consumed
On the
premises.
Absolutely.
That's
yes.
the principle.
Absolutely.
And no package sales.
No,
Absolutely.
and no carrying it out with your taco.
Absolutely. Correct.
Trustee Wagner.
Just a Chipotle on North Avenue has a liquor license as well, and they don't serve at table, they serve over the counter.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Well,
Because the concept, I'm sure the interpretation would include.
so I'm taking it literally and.
You're being very, very
yeah,
literal
so.
because you're very smart.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Wait till she gets out of the room. So, Trustee Murphy.
Yes, I would just like to make a brief comment. I personally visited the location, and I was very impressed with the internal space, the cleanliness of the facility, and especially the landscaping outside.
Well, thank you very
So
much.
thank you very much for keeping the place as nice as it is.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's get a consensus here so I know where to go. So it seems to me like we're willing to issue a pour license for beer, wine, and alcohol, and so he can make margaritas. And we're also going to work on a ordinance to license video gaming, a special class, liquor license, really.
Towns do have it.
Yeah, okay. So we'll do that. But with that, that's all going to come together probably in November, December, okay, and that time. So the question is, are you okay with him proceeding with the application for a liquor license?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I'm okay with that.
No.
Not, okay. That's still not a yes for you. So.
No.
Because the question will be when the ordinance comes up.
I'm not comfortable right now with saying yes with the, without the new ordinances being in place.
Okay.
I would agree with that. I would
Okay.
be all for it, but I would prefer that the gaming be removed, and if we have no assurance until that ordinance is done, then I would say we would do it, but
Okay. Well, I'm going to say yes, so we're going to proceed, okay, and we'll have the ordinance. And at the time when we get the ordinance here, then we have a time to say yes or no, okay? Because we have 4. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else, Roseanne?
Yes, Sandy Hill, regarding the grand reopening of the library.
Hi.
Hi.
Want to invite everyone to the library's grand reopening this Saturday, October 19th, from 10 to 1 p.m. I hope all of you can make it. Want to thank you all, village officials, village department heads, for being very supportive during this whole process. Want to thank our patrons for being so patient during this whole process. And I wanted to give a shout out to the Parks and Rec staff. They've been awesome. They've helped us plan programs outside the library building. So Greg, Kathy, Judy, Mikey, Rick, and Brian, thank you so much for helping us get our programs into your facilities. We were happy to offer some services while all that was going on. So we're substantially complete. We still have some things to iron out and do the punch list, but we're very excited and we're looking forward to offering a lot more services to the community. So, thank you.
Thank you. And I'd just like to add, if anybody hasn't been there yet, it's amazing. It looks great. So, appreciate it. So, okay, see you on Saturday. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
No, that was it.
Anyone else? Yes, Angie? Name, please?
Sorry, I got here too late to sign in. I'm Angie Rojek. I run Pioneer Garden and Feed. First, I wanted to commend the Pride Commission for picking Bill Cargis to give an award to, because we're so proud to have him at Pioneer. And I just wanted to publicize our Trick or Treat event on October 26th for everybody to come to all the businesses on Villa Avenue. It's from 1 to 3 o'clock. And then at 3 o'clock at Cortese Park, we have a costume contest. Christine Murphy has the flyer, so we'll make sure. I think I forwarded to everyone, but just wanted to, while I'm here, make sure that everybody knows about it. Thank you.
Angie, really quick.
Sure, yeah.
I heard that there might be some surprise judges for the costume contest.
I heard
Is that correct?
too. I heard that too. Yes, it's very secretive. Thank you.
Anyone else? Donna?
Good evening. My name is Donna Noxon, for those of you that don't know me. I'm here to talk about applications for the Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission. I applied for a previous Parks and Rec Commissioner's position, but that position was subsequently filled. When I heard on August 23rd that another position was available, I applied for that position immediately. I have attended all but a few Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission meetings for more than a year, and recently was the only resident to attend part of the strategic planning meeting. I also attend many of the board meetings to keep informed on issues. We have valuable commissioners on the Parks and Recreation Commission that dedicate and volunteer a lot of their time. With that being said, I am willing and eager to join them in serving the village and its residents in this capacity, and have time to devote to the commission and supporting its efforts. I believe I'm a good candidate for this commission opening and would like you to consider nominating me for the vacancy. I just wondered what the timeline on this appointment is, and I would like to be kept apprised of the status of this appointment.
Thank you. I do have your application, and it is under consideration.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
If I might add,
Sure.
Your Honor, regarding our commissions, I just want to say that I think it's really important that our residents volunteer. It is it's the backbone of our community as well. So everybody that puts forth an effort to apply for these commissions as well, I applaud you. Good volunteers in general are really hard to come by sometimes. So I just wanted to say thank you for applying for the commission.
And I would just like to add that I would endorse Donna in that position as well.
Me as well.
Okay, anyone else? That's it?
That's it.
Okay. We'll move on to the clerk's report.
No report tonight.
Okay, trustees' report. We'll start to the right. Trustee Patrick.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, I had two things. The first thing was going to be talking about the trick-or-treat around Villa Avenue. We already talked about that. And again, there might be some surprise judges at the costume contest, so hopefully we're looking forward to that. But lastly, I wanted to talk about on Thursday, October 24th, School District 48 at Albright Middle School from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. is having their animal extravaganza. It's open to the public. Anybody can attend. I strongly encourage you to come out and see some of the exotic animals that will be there. For example, there will be a 17-foot reticulated python, a 10-foot Burmese python. We'll also have a 50-pound sulcata tortoise, along with bearded dragons, ball pythons, and a whole lot of other critters that will be there. So, again, Thursday, October 24th at Albright Middle School, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. For animal extravaganza, and everybody's welcome to attend. Thank you.
It's past my bedtime. Snakes? No. Okay. Trustee Scialla.
No report this evening.
Trustee Kazone.
I've only got the Economic Development Commission meeting, which is normally on the third Wednesday, which would be the 16th, has been rescheduled for the 23rd, 5:30 up here in the Committee of the Whole meeting. So hope if you're interested in what's going on economically in the village, 5:30 on the 23rd.
Okay.
And that's it.
Trustee Wagner.
Thank you, President Bolthus. I just have a couple things. Just want to let members of the public know that the Environmental Concerns Commission is going to be sponsoring Pumpkin Smash again with Scarce. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's an opportunity for residents who want to recycle their pumpkins so that they can be composted. And it's kind of a fun event. People kind of find some pleasure in smashing their pumpkins. And we had a record collection last year, so we're hoping for the same again this year. So it's going to be the Saturday after Halloween, November 2nd, from 9 a.m. to noon behind Village Hall. And just encourage folks to remove any kind of candles or other non-compostable items from the pumpkin. Would also like to let folks know that Calvary United Methodist Church at 136 East Highland Avenue will be having their annual spaghetti dinner, and that's Friday, November 8th, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's very affordable, and I would encourage folks to attend. And just lastly, I did read the memo from Brad Cole, the executive director of the Illinois Municipal League, about the progress that they've made with respect to the pensions. I know that there was a kind of the governor had a select committee, and there was progress made. I also heard him on the news as well, and it was a bipartisan effort to try and consolidate pensions. And I noticed that there's an opportunity for, if you go to the memo, to email your representatives, just to encourage them to support future legislation that may come out of that, those recommendations. So I would just encourage residents and everybody else to encourage your state rep and state senator to support the legislation. So, and that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Tucker?
First of all, I want to make sure everybody's aware of Halloween happenings on Friday, October 18th, so it's coming Friday. I don't know the dime, that information, but I did notice that's going on. And I would like some updates. First of all, the police department, I would like to compliment you for supporting the Susan D. Pelling with the patches, but I want to know what's going to happen to them after this month.
The chief authorized the patches to be worn just for October for breast cancer awareness. After that, then the officers had the option to remove the patch and we'll go back to the normal one. So a lot of officers bought it, not even wearing it, but just actually purchased it for the fundraising event.
So it's something the police officers will keep, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so it's a patch for them to keep in remembrance. In that they can go back to the old patch or they can keep it after October? Is that what I'm
I anticipate
understanding?
next October, we'll have the same thing and actually encourage them to purchase more, not reuse it, but yeah.
Okay. I also wanted an update on the Brewfest. Do we have an update on that?
Is all the beer gone?
Good evening. Pardon?
Is all the beer gone?
All the beer is gone, yes. We had 401 participants purchase tickets. We had roughly 50 volunteers, so 450 people at Cortese Park. We're still waiting for some invoices to come in from some of the beer vendors. And once that comes in, we'll have a net profit or break-even point, and we'll let you know.
Okay. Don't move yet. The Zumba fundraiser, how did it go on October 5th?
Zumbathon, the fitness staff did a Zumbathon to fight lupus or to have awareness on lupus, and they raised $1,400 last Saturday.
Impressive. And the last update, I wanted to know how the fire department open house went.
Well, you should have been there.
You're right, I should have, but,
Well, if you remember, it was a windy day, kind of chilly. We had probably, we're thinking about 300 people or so. Bob Wagner, we did see Bob Wagner there. We thought a great turnout. We had the combat challenge for the kids, and it was definitely a hit, something we'll do again next year. But we had a real nice turnout, yeah. It was from noon to 3, and even though the weather was chilly, it was a sunny, nice day. So.
well, I was at 7-degree temperature in Gatlinburg, so.
All right, okay.
You just picked the wrong day. I mean, I had to go to a wedding instead. Great, I'm glad to
thank
hear
you.
that.
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Trustee Murphy?
Thank you. Full calendar for October. So just a few other events that haven't been mentioned yet. The library is having a wonderful cheese program on Thursday the 17th from 6:30 to 8:30. That should be a wonderful event, and I plan on attending. In addition to the library ribbon cutting, Edward Jones on Villa is having a ribbon cutting on Friday the 18th at 4 p.m. We also have a grand opening celebration for the Cornerstone Chinese Church right over here from 1 to 4 on Saturday the 19th. Their dedication is at 2 o'clock, I believe. On the 26th, we're going to be really busy all day and just getting over the Albright Middle School animals thing, so keep that snake under control down there, Trustee Patrick. But on the 26th, Saturday, I believe the Junior Women's Club is having their trick or trot from 7 a.m. to 12. So that takes us from right fresh in the morning to noon. I believe that there's a trunk or treat from 12 to 3, and I think that's down on Villa Avenue area as well, in addition to the trick-or-treating on Villa from 1 to 4 and our costume contest at 3. So that keeps us pretty full between now and our next board meeting, which is scheduled for the 28th. And that's all I have.
Okay. I just got a couple things. First, maybe I think the Kiwanis are selling raffle tickets. Patrick, why don't you come and tell us about that? I think we have a little update on what clubs and organizations are doing. So,
yes, the Kiwanis organization is selling raffle tickets for $400 worth of gift cards. And it will go to support scholarships for the local high school. And they'll be the raffle will be drawn at the spaghetti dinner on November 15th. I would also like to give an update on the night golf last Friday evening.
Nice night.
It was a beautiful evening. We did get to night putt.
Yes, we did.
So, which was a lot of fun. I mean, people were expecting to play golf, so we at least got to putt. But it looks like we're going to raise close to $1,800 for the Kiwanis and about $1,800 for the Rotary. So very successful. And I appreciate everyone's support, particularly Bob Wagner, who graciously made a donation to the event. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Just a couple other things. I'd like to remind everybody that the railroad crossing on Villa Avenue is going to be closed starting on Monday for the whole week. From the 21st through the 25th. That's the Canadian National Tracks on Villa. And also, our next board meeting is going to be on the 28th at Iowa Community Center. We're going to spend some time at that. We're going to have our regular meeting, but we're also going to spend some time on cannabis. We're going to talk about cannabis and see where we're going to go with that. So that will be on the 28th at 7 o'clock at Iowa Community Center. And that's everything else I had here has been covered, and so we'll move to the manager's report.
Can I stop for 1 second? Can I just add on to your comment regarding the cannabis discussion? I was hoping maybe Gabby could just provide some brief insight into all the information on the website so that people can get educated and come with good questions. And she can help us to understand what's out there and where they can find the information so that they're prepared for the next meeting. Thank you.
Of course. Good morning, afternoon. There we go. Hello. I was not prepared. So we do have a website that I created, a webpage on. As soon as you open onto invillapark.com, you can look on top. It should say information about recreational marijuana. We have a lot of resources. We have a few PowerPoint presentations, memos from all of the department heads. For the financial, economic development, everyone has a memo with information. So just go ahead and read that. We also have an FAQ at the very bottom, which goes through exactly what the law means and kind of how it affects the citizens. So I definitely recommend looking it up. And there's all the information you could need.
Yeah, there's a lot of information on there, quite a bit. So plan on spending some time reading that, and then that'll probably answer most of the questions.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes, and definitely, if you have any questions, make sure you have them written down, and you can discuss anything you would like to ask.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your efforts, Gabby.
That's it? Now we'll move manager.
Well, thank you, Connor. I just wanted to add a little more information on Director Grill's comment about the night golf outing. So the proceeds from the golf outing for the Kiwanis side will be used for scholarships for the Willowbrook seniors. The profits for the Rotary side of the event will be used to purchase shoes and boots for students in School District 45. And Rotary will be doing that probably within the next 4 weeks or so. And last year, I think we purchased and gave away close to 110 pairs of shoes and boots. And we've done this probably for about seven or 8 years now. So thank you, Ron.
Okay. All right, the next item on our agenda is executive session, but we really don't need to have one of those, so we'll skip that. And so if I have a motion to adjourn, please. Trustee Kazone?
Mr. President, I'll make that motion.
All right. Second, Trustee Wagner?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same? Okay, we're adjourned. See you on the 28th.